Zainab could not face the thought that her Hussein should be without helpers. Before Ashura, she comes to Hussein and says, "Oh Hussein, do you not have any helpers?" Hussein said, "Oh sister, in this wilderness, who can come for my aid? Call Habib." On the night of Ashura, she is concerned with Hussein. On the day of Ashura, On and Muhammad are sent to the battlefield. When their bodies come back, Zainab does not go to receive them so that her brother may not feel any embarrassment. When Akbar falls, Zainab rushes to him. Why? So that Hussein may not die looking at Akbar. When he is about to go, she falls at his feet. When he is out of sight, she runs to the hill. She is in Kufa. And when they see Zainab's state, and they see the head of Al-Hussein, they begin to cry. And she says, "Silence, O people of Kufa. I do not require your pity, nor does my brother. By Allah, my Hussein has killed a person from every one of your households. Do not pity my Hussein." Look at the way in which she is concerned with her Hussein. Totally immersed in Hussein. Today is the 11th, and is that day in which the sisters of Hussein are going to be taken from the place where Hussein's body is stripped of its belonging and lies on the barren sands bareheaded, with his limbs cut from his body. And the state of Hussein is this, that he is torn to pieces. We find this narration that when Hamza fell in the battle of Uhud, Safiya, the sister of Hamza, came to the Prophet and he said, "Oh Muhammad, I wish to see my brother." The Prophet said, "Oh aunt, do not go to see him, I beseech you for Allah." She insisted. The Prophet instructed, place a white cloth on the body of Hamza before Safiya arrives. Hamza's body was mutilated. The process that they term as musla. His nose was cut, his fingers were cut, his body was cut in various different places. The Prophet orders, place a white cloth on the body of Hamza. They did. Then the Prophet asked Imam Ali and Ja'far to accompany Safiya to the body of Hamza. And he said before that, give her raisins to eat so that her emotions may come and stabilize to a stage at which they stabilize. Safiya saw the body of Hamza from beneath the white sheet and she fainted. I will say, "Oh Safiya, come to us. Come with us to Karbala. At least your Hamza had his head on his body. Come with us and see what Zainab and Kulthum are about to see." When Zainab is about to ascend the camel, she looks towards the Alqama and states, "Oh Abbas, were you not the one who assisted me within the canopy as we left Medina? What has become of you, O Abbas, that Shimmer cracks his whip behind me on my back, and I have no Abbas nor Akbar to assist me?" They are tied in a single rope and they are taken through the Maqtal. And from a distance, when Kulthum spots the body of Al-Hussein, inadvertently she turns towards Medina and she says, "Wa Jadda, O Muhammad, come to Karbala. Is this not the same Hussein who used to ride on your shoulders, whose lips you used to adorn with your kisses? Come and see how he lies without a head. Come and see how the oozing blood from his jugular veins has given him the ceremonial ghusl, and how the blowing dust of Karbala has given him the kafan." This is the state as they are being brought. bring to mind that story of Baneen when she said, if my Abbas's arms were cut from his body, how did he arrive on the plains of Karbala? We will say, Baneen, if you want to observe, then come and see Zainab. Her arms are tied behind her back. Come and see how she descends on the body of her Hussein. Zainab falls at the body of Al-Hussein. For a moment she is searching for Hussein. She says to Sayyid al-Sajjad, "O Sajjad, where is my brother?" Sajjad, unable to lift his head from the grief, he points in a direction. He says, "Oh aunt, you shall find him there beneath these stones." She says, "Wa wayla. Was it not enough for them to have beheaded you, to trample your body with horses, that they had to throw stones upon you, O Hussein?" She is in an embrace of her Hussein. She is lamenting and crying, and she cries to an extent that the horses began to weep with her. When the command is given, prepare for Kufa, Zainab and Sakina hesitate. Shimmer arrives. A whip is cracked on the back of Zainab. And she cries out, "Oh brother, I would not abandon your body, even if the wild beast of the jungle were to come and tear me apart and devour me and eat my flesh. But what may I do, O brother? Taking care of your orphans has fatigued your sister. Do you not see my back, how it has become blackened with the whip of Shimmer?" Zainab moves. There is a little child not moving from the embrace of her father. And by Allah, this was the first qiyamah of all qiyamah that befell Ali Rasul, when that little back was struck with the whip. And as she was struck, the child trembled, and there was an ah that rose to the heavens, and the heavens trembled. Ala la'natullah al-qawmi al-zalimin, wa saya'lamu alladhina dhalamu wa ayyamun qalbin.